2, 3. When I say tournament, you say Underdogs tournament.
Underdogs.
Tournament.
Underdogs.
Well, you don't have to look so terrified. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And welcome to 15 Minutes of Fume Tournament of Underdogs. One of my favorite things as this tournament gets rolling is that we just don't have to explain as much about what we're doing.
Yeah.
And if you're lost, just imagine how my parents feel. We are resuming the tournament. We've got a fresh round of matchups today, and before we get started, I just want to say that last time we hadn't found much in the way of community support for either Magmel or Vice, and in the comments from YouTube and all the other places where people leave comments, it appears that Magmel has had it, and Magmel will be going on to the next round. Sorry, Vice.
Congratulations, Magmel.
We love you, Vice. I've warned you since then, Vice, but Magmel has got the votes. Going forward, the best way to support your candidate is to look ahead at the bracket and see what we're going to be discussing and do a post about it somewhere using the Tournament of Underdogs hashtag, or you can leave a fresh and fragrant scent review for your product of choice at bpal.org. Diving right into the competition today, our first matchup is MACHU PICCHU versus VIOLA. One of my favorite things about this matchup and about the tournament in general was when I was making the brackets and then I realized that MACHU PICCHU is a wrestler on the Netflix show Glow. And it was like we had a real wrestler in the competition. It made me so excited. I can't help but root for MACHU PICCHU a little bit in this because of the wrestling connotation. However, the product is not connected to the wrestler in any way, or the character, or, it is just a perfume.
Connected to the place.
Would you like to know what's in it?
Oh, sure.
MACHU PICCHU, sweet tropical fruits burst through deep, wet rainforest boughs, enormous, steamy blossoms over thin mountaintop breezes mingled with the soft, rich, golden scent of Peruvian amber. So we're talking about a fruity, jungly, steamy amber. And the challenger, we have VIOLA. VIOLA is gentle tea rose, lilac, calla lily, and Somalian rose layered over golden Peruvian amber. Oh my god. Double Peruvian amber skin test. I swear these are randomly paired. I did not know this until right this second. Spanish moss, red sandalwood, rosewood, and myrrh with the lightest touch of mandarin. Now, of course, VIOLA is from our Illyria category of scents. It's Shakespeare characters. So we've got VIOLA versus MACHU PICCHU. Shall we begin?
We shall.
So, first, we've got our MACHU PICCHU in the bottle. This is actually, to me, this is a relatively safe, clean, approachable, fruity blend. It doesn't have like any particular fruit that really stands out, like you're just like, I'm a strawberry.
Right.
Just light and sweet and very breezy.
Weirdly humid.
Yeah, there's
like I want to take a bath.
A green humidity in it. It really does smell to me like a bath. Like a kind of a vaporizing kind of smell off of it. Like a plate of hot fruit. Always serve your guests hot fruit. The hottest temperature possible.
Is that Emily Post?
Yes.
At the hottest temperature possible. Scalding.
Emily Post-Apocalypse. That's my new drag name.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah. So VIOLA is a whole different kind of thing. We're talking calla lilies, we're talking rose, and yes,
we're talking impersonating her lost at sea brother.
Yes, there is also that. Not mentioned in the scent description.
No.
Weirdly, these scents do feel connected, even though one is very starkly fruity and one is seriously floral. I love a rose, I love a lily, I love a Spanish moss, sandalwood, rosewood, myrrh, all of these things. Touch of mandarin, that's fascinating. I'm not getting it in the bottle. Maybe it's because there's so much fruit in the other one that a hint of fruit in this one doesn't even register. And is the fruit even heated? I think not.
Yeah, mostly in the bottle I'm getting like some soft florals and mostly like a myrrh amber kind of
myrrh, amber,
you know,
and woody
connecting
rose.
it all together.
Yes.
It's nice and calm.
Yeah.
And not humid.
Yes. So because it's, you know how there are different scents that like bother you if you did not choose to smell them, like if you're standing next to someone on the subway or you're in the office. So in either instance, a fruity or a floral can, I think, work against you, because anything that's super recognizable, like if I smell someone and I smell something super fruity, I'm just going to be like, you might assume that it's just like a shampoo or a beauty product or something, you know. It's like doesn't necessarily stand out as like a mysterious perfume, because you smell like, oh, this is just like sort of generally fruity or generally floral. Pitting these two against each other is really difficult for that reason, because they stand out in profile so strongly that it's like apples and oranges, or just like apples and roses. Machu Picchu! Sweet tropical fruits. Jungle. Peruvian amber. This is a little more sophisticated on the skin than it is in the bottle, for sure. I think it's just because the amber is warming up. So it's like still got this fresh quality, but then this like nice round warm base. And then the fruit on my arm is kind of receding a little bit in that way that some of the sweeter notes can kind of burn off relatively quickly or retreat, whereas in the bottle they're just like ka-pew, ka-pew.
Yeah, I'm mostly getting just a really humid floral. I really want to take a bath in this.
Which is funny. Oh yeah, there is a floral component. It's funny because I was thinking of this as a stark fruit versus floral competition, except for Machu Picchu actually
some
has
steamy blossoms.
Steamy blossoms that were just,
That's
I think,
what I'm smelling.
those were being overpowered in the bottle, and now I can actually smell them.
Yeah, the mental picture I have in my head is like comically oversized flowers that are like dripping from humidity, and I'm, you know, like Alice in Wonderland. I'm just like, look what's.
It
really
smells
nice.
really great. I mean,
though.
it's like that feeling of walking into a greenhouse, or like the botanical gardens with the enclosed environment for the tropical
this
flowers.
Whoosh.
Yeah, except for minus all the like immediate, like skin humidity.
Just complete drench.
Like, this is nice, you say, like clawing the scarf away from your neck. I'm really pleasantly surprised, because I think I've only smelled this in the bottle before, and I wasn't prepared for how much there would be that like floral lift underneath. I don't even smell fruit on my skin at all right now. Do you?
I don't really. And I think maybe if I knew what fruit I was supposed to be identifying, I might be able to pick it out more.
Hot fruit.
Yeah, the hot fruits for your guests.
Shall we move on to Viola?
We sure shall.
Viola. Okay, this is the tea rose, lilac, calla lily. Definitely less hot flowers. Smaller, cooler flowers. I have to say that on my arm it's kind of getting stomped, like because of its proximity to the Machu Picchu, which is like titanic in it's got a much bigger body and throw, and the Viola is shrinking before my nose. It's gentle, it does what it says on the tin.
Gentle for sure. I think that what I'm mostly amping is like a myrrh Spanish moss, primarily, which I'm not mad at because I like both of those. But
does
because
feel like
of that, it's so soft and it's almost like ghostly.
She's shy.
She's shy. She is.
She's a bit shy. I mean, well, she's like speaking maybe clearly and at like an appropriate volume of voice, but Machu Picchu's over here just like booming. I like this. I do
like this.
This is for quiet times, for sure. It's comforting, if you're comforted by florals. Okay, so...
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. That's like the one line I know from 12th Night.
Yeah. Well, which of those would you say apply to this set? So what is your vote? What would you decide between these two?
In terms of what I would wear, I would think I would wear Viola.
Okay. But which one is the underdog that deserves to go to the next round? Which one is the scent for all time?
I think Machu Picchu is actually the one I would pick, though. No offense to Viola, because I obviously really like it. But in terms of like what stands out, that's like, it's a real experience. It's not what I would go for, but I think other people might.
And you're going for it.
And I'm still going for it.
This competition.
Because I really admire it, and it really put me in an interesting head fantasy.
Yeah.
Which
it's unusual.
I need in quarantine times.
It's definitely unusual.
Yeah.
I was wrong to discredit it from a bottle sniff. So my vote is also for Machu Picchu. I think this is like the clear standout among the two in terms of which one asserts itself as it's like a more original blend, and it has, I think, a real power to it. And the Viola, there's nothing wrong with it. I would wear it. I just choose the other one. Let me look and see if anyone had any things to say about these two. We did have a vote for Viola from a reviewer, my on the BPAL.org forum. It says Viola is a gorgeous floral in all stages with spiced citrus tones.
I agree.
Interesting.
That is kind of what I'm picking up.
They say aging does wonders for the scent as the floral tones, now softened, yield a subdued feminine scent that is reminiscent of a solitary tea time in a fragrant garden.
I get that.
Beautiful. So Viola, you have your fans, and I hope that
including me
will try it based on this round. However, we are giving the win to Machu Picchu! Alright gang, next up in our tournament of underdogs, 2 scents going head to head, we have The Ghost versus Oblivion! One of my favorite comments that people have posted so far about Oblivion is that we had on Instagram someone who said that they were a stripper and Oblivion was a scent that they had worn to work in the past. Could there be a more ringing endorsement of a perfume? I thought that was really wonderful.
Also, the oil itself is this incredibly fascinating green color.
Is it?
Yes.
The bottle's
which a lot of
dark,
people comment on the forum and on the reviews and stuff, where it's like, because if they get imps of it, you can see the green, and it's just this like incredible color.
So while we're talking about it, we'll just go ahead and dive right in. Oblivion. It says, salvation found in darkness beyond darkness. That sounded like Jeff Goldblum. The blessed sleep of nothingness. Dark musk, wood spice, labdanum, patchouli, dark African woods, and saffron. You love a saffron scent.
I do.
So
I like all of what goes in here, so I'm probably gonna like this.
I can't, of course, tell how green the oil is. Wow, it's talk about a scent that just goes like whoosh down into the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of the musk, the patchouli, the wood, all of that just like is just like a rocket slide. It's like that water slide where the tube is like blacked out, so you're basically going like into the sewer, it feels like, on like a whooshing ride, and then it just spits you out at the bottom on top of the last people that went through the water slide. Did you not do this?
I did it, but I did it safely because I believe in safety. A lot of people showed up for Oblivion,
yes.
Like when we initially posted that we were doing this,
yes.
And I see why.
This is just, I can see this being a kind of an unforgettable experience. There are some of these general catalog ones where you get an imp or something and you tuck it away and you just don't really remember that you have it. Oblivion is, it's just memorable. It just has a particular scent profile that is like, you might not reach for it all the time. You might stop yourself from reaching for it on many occasions, but
I'm not ready to go into Oblivion.
when the occasion arises, it's right there waiting for you. It's just kind of got a nice filth to it. It's got like a grit because of the patch and the musk. And then the saffron kind of warms things up in a way that keeps it from seeming too medicinal, weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a kind of like a nice spice to it that's like a little bit comforting, but not like nourishing in like any sort of gourmand sense.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
I think I have a new favorite. And I haven't even tried it on it.
And then we've got The Ghost. And I know this one has a lot of fans because I've personally sold it to a lot of people at events and conventions. The Ghost. There's a poem, which I have no time to read, and it says, a thin, sinuous, creeping chill, the scent of glee-filled undeath. White iris, osmanthus, calla lily, tomb-crawling ivy, and a coffin spray of gladiolus, lisianthus, and delphinium. Did I just cast a spell?
Maybe.
Maybe. So we're talking about a creepy, chilling floral that is, ooh, wow, it just kind of rises off the the surface and stabs you in the eyeballs.
This does have a sort of funereal
Yeah.
quality.
I can tell that it is a floral perfume, but unlike the kind of, like the rose that we smelled with Viola has a kind of a recognizable profile where you're like, okay, this is like a floral rose perfume. These are flowers that I just haven't smelled in any sort of other benign context, and so the chorus of them is something really strange. It is very creepy.
Yeah.
There's like a kind of like a fresh green note that is kind of vaporous.
Mm-hmm. It's just like something that you would weirdly like catch a whiff of as you're like walking down a dark hallway, and then you're like, what was that? And you turn around and nothing's there because it was the ghost.
It was the ghost. Fascinating.
It really has a ghostly quality.
Oh, I don't want to choose between these two. I don't want to choose between the ghost and Oblivion.
You may find yourself saying that a lot during this competition.
Or just in life.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to choose.
Life,
make me choose.
Life often forces you to choose between the ghost and Oblivion.
Oh, but I can't. I mustn't.
It's one of the unfairnesses of existence. Alright, let's try mine.
I'm getting freaked out. Take me to Oblivion.
Shall we sniff and judge? So shall it be. Oblivion. This is our darkness beyond darkness. Dark musk, wood spice, labdanum, patchouli, dark African woods, and saffron. Go!
New favorite.
The musk is strong on me.
Yeah.
It's a spicy, snarling musk. And it doesn't have that deep, like, terror rocket sled ride that I smelled in the bottle, because it's warming up and kind of unleashing comic book tendrils of perfume vapors that... This is more musky than I would normally wear, I have to say.
It is like such a woody, musky, spicy...
This is just exactly what you would normally
experience,
look
and
for.
I love this. Yes, new favorite.
There's definitely...
I don't even want to smell the ghost. I know which one I'm picking.
Oh!
No, I'm kidding. I will.
It's a really beautiful, sophisticated perfume blend that reminds me of something that would be in like Only Lovers Left Alive.
Yeah. Or
one of our ritzier collections. Or maybe something that we would make for Haute Macabre or Blood Milk. Something like there is a deep, dark, festering sadness about it, but it's also kind of a horny sadness.
Mm-hmm.
And horny sadness is kind of our house brand. Bland.
House bland.
And then I'm going to switch gears and go headlong into the ghost. I conjure thee. So this is something I would have a hard time recommending to somebody who is afraid of florals, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would want them to smell it before I read the description, because from the description you're just like, it's just too much. It's like a florist shot. On the skin, it really is something entirely different.
It's much softer.
Yes.
They all calm down.
In the bottle, the ghost kind of like screeches and throws a coffee mug, but on the skin, it just kind of is like...
holding a bouquet, and it's like, I'm sorry I did that.
Lurking in the corner of your eye, and then you turn around and you're like, who's there? And the ghost is just like, it's me.
It's me.
It goes.
I will not throw the coffee mug.
It's just not reading on my skin as like a super floral, because I'm not recognizing, like, picking out individual blends, and instead there's just something kind of like fresh and haunting about it.
Yeah, fresh and haunting and kind of
sad.
And sad and slight. It's like a whisper on me. It's very light. Especially compared to Oblivion, which is right next to it.
Which is again like booming.
Which is
booming
just like,
footsteps. Yeah.
Hi.
So if you had to pick based on these two...
Oblivion.
You're picking Oblivion. Well, this puts me in an awkward situation, doesn't it? Because out of the two, I 100% have to pick the ghost. Team the ghost. And now we're at odds forever. However,
that means we have to fight each other.
No. We have to throw the coffee mug. We don't have to fight each other, because people have actually left testimonials for some of these perfumes on the internet, where we can go and see who likes what and why. So, scanning around, I see that we had a review posted by Liz Magnuson on Instagram, who wrote about Oblivion to say, Oblivion might be one of the first ever perfumes I tried on from BPAL, and it made me an instant convert. I will admit that it's a little odd in the bottle, but once it's on the skin, it's just chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
This deep woods and spices. I think my bottle might be 9 years old or so, but I have just purchased another as the Tournament of Underdogs made me nervous that it might go away sometime soon. We're not threatening to take anyone's perfume away, but we will accept the sales.
Yeah. No harm in backing up your supply.
Truly, truly. And someone else left a tribute for Oblivion that I thought was funny, and all it says is...
This is the one you could see how green the oil is.
It says, because what a color for a perfume.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. So here's the deal. We have a tie vote. There are reviews posted from people rooting for the scent, and that means in this matchup, the victory goes to Oblivion. Oblivion, you advance to the next round in BPAL's Tournament of Underdogs. Congratulations.
Yes.
Chthonic moaning. So that's all the time we have, literally, for today's installment of Tournament of Underdogs. Thank you so much for investing in winners and losers. So in case anyone is following along and wants to participate, the next perfumes that we're going to be pitting against each other are Ode on Melancholy versus The Coiled Serpent, whooshing, and Candisa versus Squirting Cucumber. Sounds messy. So you're welcome to go and leave reviews or testimonials. Just be sure to tag the hashtag Tournament of Underdogs so we stand a chance of finding it while we're busy filming this trash. So without further ado, we wish you the very best. Thank you for playing, and please, if you can't be an underdog, at least root for one.